Part 2, let's go ahead and make our ceiling lights visible on the ground electrical plan. What we need to do is head back to our ceiling plan, level 1, double click on that, and then I want you to double left click on any of these lighting objects. So I'm going to double click on that one. If you do it correctly, it should take you to the 3D view of the object, and then head over to Views All, hit the plus, followed by Elevations, hit the plus, and choose any of these 4 elevations to represent the side view of the lighting object. So here's our lighting object, and what's happening is because the lighting object isn't on the ground, it's the reason why it's not showing up on the floor plan. So we can easily send like a signal to the floor plan telling it, hey, there's a light up here, register it. And we're going to do that by going to Model Line, click on that, followed by Subcategory, and I want you to look for the invisible line type. Invisible lines. Once you have that selected, head over to the midpoint of your light. It should be denoted by like this little purple triangle. Click on that and then drag a line downward. Sometimes a menu will pop up when you're doing this. Just choose the axes option. There should be one with a reference to an axis. If you choose that, it should work. So I drew down my invisible line. It should reach the ground level now. And I'm going to press Escape a few times, followed by Load into Project. And if I hit that, it's going to say you are trying to load in this new light. Do you want to? And I'm going to say yes, overwrite the existing version, and it should now show up in the electrical plan. So this is the electrical plan, and they are indeed visible. Now, if it's not visible, just drag that invisible line down further. And if you have, let's say, second floor showing up on the first floor, like reduce the amount of invisible line you have so that it actually matches up. Okay, we also actually have to hide the floor. Electrical plans don't have all these dashes, and we're going to have a lot of wires running here in a second. So let's go back to Visibility Graphics, and we are just going to look for our floors, and turn off that check mark and hit apply. Okay, nice. Okay, wiring. Wiring is pretty straightforward. The important thing is to keep everything clean. So anything that isn't connected with a cable, it's automatically assumed to be connected to the main panel directly and not have a switch associated with it. What I'd like you to do is head over to Architecture, then to Model Line, and we're going to want a hidden line. Hidden lines are dashed, they're green, and they work really good with the electrical plan. So I'm going to select on that. And I also want to make sure that my type of line is a spline, which is located over here. And if you don't have that, just move up and down with these arrows. Okay, so let's start with this room. This switch over here is going to control this light. So it's as simple as clicking here once, and then clicking on the light. And I'm going to press Escape. And now it's understood what this switch controls. Let's go to this room. This switch controls all 7 of these lights. So with spline selected, I'm going to go and just simply click on each of these lighting objects, like that. I'm going to press Escape a few times, and things are looking pretty good. The only thing you might notice is that they are not exactly touching these lights, and they should. So just simply click on the wiring itself, and then I want you to use those little circles that are appearing to adjust your pathway, I guess, so that it actually makes sense. I usually kind of go for, usually go for kind of near the center of the light, something like that. Okay, this is looking pretty good, pretty snazzy. This is a 3-way switch though, like I said, so even though this is all connected, it should also register over here. So I'm also going to use my model line to kind of connect that over to here, like that. And actually I don't like how that one showed up, so my apologies. I'm just going to adjust it so that it kind of goes around to here. I don't want 2 cables to be connected to the same light. Okay, so now this is how the 3-way switch works. I can power it up via this way, or I can power it up via this way. We try to keep the wiring as simple as possible, and it is understood kind of that there is multiple pathways in this cable so you can control it from either light. Okay, all these switches are not controlled via the light switch, but if it was, let's say for the bathroom, this was only powered when this switch was turned on, it's the same deal. You're going to have the spline tool selected, and you're simply going to draw a pathway from your lighting object to the lights and vice versa. Try to keep everything inside the building and contained such that it makes sense. Okay, so the main thing about the electrical plan, keep it simple, keep it organized. Don't have cables running around everywhere because it will be impossible to follow and it won't be clear. So there you go. This is an electrical plan. Hopefully you found this useful. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll be talking about designing roofs as well as rendering your house. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Peace.